It's Week 7 of the NFL. Coming up, we've got Aaron Rodgers. He's fourth in the NFL in passing touchdowns this season. It's the Steelers and the Bengals on Thursday night primetime.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gautin. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. You see the numbers in last week's game for Warren. 20 carries, 65 yards.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They'll run with a rookie drafted in the 3rd round. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground. The Steelers at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
3rd and 3. Throwing is Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Logan Wilson right there to knock that ball away.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
And that is no good. Hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Pass taken in by Pirine. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down and 5. They will toss to Brown. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From midfield now, Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. To throw, it's Rodgers. Throw left side, complete. That's Warren. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up second down. Off the draw, here's Johnson. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now runs straight ahead with Warren. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. To throw is Rodgers. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. Now Rodgers. Targeting the out route, and he completes this to Metcalf. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. A handoff for Warren. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at him.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you punt the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
That's caught, Andre Yoshivas. And he'll be down at the 46. Well, they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. From the 46, here's 2nd and 2. Burrow now off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the first down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Burrow looking to pass. That's taken in by Higgins. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6.
At the 32-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
From the gun, a give to Brown. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now it's Burrow. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Some mistakes already in the first quarter. If he holds on to that one, 1st down.
Yeah, and I guarantee you that at least one defensive back out there has reminded him of that fact, trying to get into his head and hoping that'll affect him the rest of the game.
McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game. And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Rodgers going to throw. And he finds Austin complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards, the final tally.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On play action. Now Rodgers. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
They'll get 4 back there on the run, but now they're looking up at a 3rd and 12 situation. Throwing now is Rodgers. He'll let it fly for Austin. Touchdown! Calvin Austin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. So he missed his lone field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And in the end, a Calvin Austin touchdown grab finished the drive off. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bengals offense and running back Chase Brown set to take over once more. And they love to find different ways to get him the football. We know that. And you can see he comes into this week second in the NFL in receiving yards out of the backfield. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now Burrow. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Here's Burrow. A quick throw there is incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Burrow will throw. Fighting to stay upright. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They fell last week to Cleveland, but they're on top here as they start this drive, 1st and 10. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Rodgers now to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. 63 yards as his guys are able to extend their lead. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Sheds off the tackle. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Open man is Yoshivas. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and a yard.
At the 40-yard line.
Now it's Burrow. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Now a short one to Gesicki. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Steelers' 41-yard line.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. This one complete to Yoshibas. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Andre Yoshibas, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are back within a score.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Steelers ready for their next possession. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 52 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The Steelers on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. Here's Rodgers. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he's brought down. 16 more on that one and another first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
At the Steelers' 36-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Man open, here is Jones. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 13-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. He'll look to throw. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Back to throw here. And he's got it. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Brown will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
And McPherson on for the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen, put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. Now Rodgers completes it to Austin. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On play action, Rodgers. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals grab it, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
The Bengals going to take over late in this first half, and now they start in plus territory following that turnover, as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's 2nd and 7. Burrow looking to pass. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He hit his first. Now this from 43.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal. And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Some good-looking matchups on your screen there. One of the best, yeah, I'll say it, it's in Cleveland. A big test there for the Browns as they'll square off against the Miami Dolphins. Excellent games in the late afternoon window as well. One being over in Arlington, where it'll be America's team, the Cowboys, taking on the Washington Commanders. And finally, Sunday Night Football.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The first play of the second half, a big success, over 30 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And Chase going to pick up a Bengals first down as a tackle made at the 15-yard line. Burrow now off the bootleg. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now it's Burrow. Touchdown, Bengals! On Andre Yoshibas with his second touchdown of the night. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense and Aaron Rodgers getting set for their next drive. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
We've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throwing now is Rodgers. That one out wide and intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Battle. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover two because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Burrow will throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. An inside give, Brown. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Now Burrow. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Burrow going for it on fourth. That is caught. And the Bengals are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now it's Burrow. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
Field goal. A 38-yard attempt.
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Pittsburgh offense making their way back out, and they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They toss it to Warren. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. On to give. It's Warren. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Shotgun now for Rodgers. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Joseph Osai. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him, do some different things.
Under pressure, they got him again. That was Jordan Poyer, the safety, in for the sack.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From midfield now, Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and at the 45-yard line.
Looking to throw. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the gun on third down is Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. This is Brown going up the middle. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Evan McPherson out for the Bengal field goal. This a 43-yard attempt.
43-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Back now in Cincinnati. 2nd and a couple. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. To throw is Rodgers. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to first.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
Here's Warren. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 74 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. Now a 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. Rodgers sliding to a stop with a first down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Fighting his way through contact and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, where was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play.
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Jonnu Smith A 5-yard touchdown. And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. So here are the Bengals set to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Got a man, it's Brown. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And Higgins is going to have a Bengals first down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line. Play action. It's Burrow. Out to the left. He's got Sample there. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line.
They give it to Brown. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
The Steelers offense and their running back Jalen Warren headed back onto the field. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. Here's Rodgers to throw. A short throw to Smith. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. It's brought in by Wilson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. It's caught on the right side at Smith. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make it 2nd down. Rodgers to throw once more. He completes it to Wilson. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 31-yard line. To throw, it's Rodgers. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Only 3 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Rodgers going to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Rodgers now to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
Boswell's kick is good, and this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now it's Burrow. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
To the sideline and incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Now Austin. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 111 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Throwing is Rodgers. Complete to Austin here over the middle. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Here's Rodgers. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Joseph Osai, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
To throw is Rodgers.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Now Rodgers.
Austin is there and brings in another one. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold or did they rough the quarterback? Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Second down, goal to go. Back to throw, Rodgers. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. Rodgers to throw. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for two here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow.
Boy, what a start to the week this has been. All tied fourth quarter as the kick's away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Burrow.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Here's Austin. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. That's pulled in by Wilson.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Now Rodgers.
Pass is caught. It's Metcalf going across the field here.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 36. And he'll spike it here with 13 seconds showing on the clock. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. This to almost certainly win the football game. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Steelers, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.